Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. We've arrived at Chapter 11 of the Psychology of Money, and this one is a fascinating exploration of how human behavior shapes financial decisions. If you ever felt torn between what the numbers say you should do and what feels right in your gut, this chapter is for you. Today, we're diving into Reasonable Rational, where Morgan Housel explains why being reasonable often matters more than being perfectly logical when it comes to money. So, grab your coffee, settle in, and let's break it down. Introduction to Chapter 11, Reasonable Rational. In this chapter, Housel makes a compelling case. Personal finance isn't about being mathematically perfect. It's about making decisions you can live with. While rationality, the cold, calculated approach to decision-making, might work in theory, it often clashes with human emotions and life's uncertainties. Instead, striving for reasonable decisions, those that align with your values, goals, and emotional well-being, can lead to greater success and satisfaction. Housel's core message is this: the best financial plan isn't the perfect one. It's the one you'll actually stick with. Core concepts from Chapter 11. Housel unpacks several key ideas that redefine what it means to make good financial decisions. 1. Rationality has its limits. Housel explains that pure rationality assumes we're all emotionless robots, making decisions based solely on numbers and probabilities. But humans are emotional creatures, and our decisions often reflect our fears, desires, and unique life experiences. A perfectly rational decision might involve investing in high-risk assets for maximum return, but if that risk keeps you awake at night, is it really the right choice? 2. Reasonable decisions prioritize emotional comfort. A reasonable decision may not maximize returns, but it ensures peace of mind. For example, paying off a low-interest mortgage instead of investing might not be the most rational move mathematically, but if it gives you a sense of security, it's the reasonable choice. 3. The power of consistency over perfection. Housel argues that reasonable decisions are more sustainable because they're aligned with your emotional resilience. If you create a budget that's too restrictive, you're likely to abandon it. A reasonable budget, one that allows for flexibility and enjoyment, will keep you on track in the long term. 4. Personal context matters. What's reasonable for one person might be irrational for another. Housel emphasizes that financial decisions are deeply personal, shaped by your upbringing, goals, and risk tolerance. Storytelling moments. Housel uses relatable examples to illustrate the balance between rationality and reasonableness. The investor who played it safe. He shares the story of an investor who chose to keep a large portion of their portfolio in cash, not because it was rational, but because it helped them sleep at night. Over time, their steady, stress-free approach paid off, proving that sticking to a plan is more important than chasing perfect returns. The lottery winner who lost it all. Another story highlights how someone who followed a purely rational strategy might end up taking risks they weren't emotionally prepared for. This underscores the importance of understanding your own limits and priorities. Key takeaways. Here are the lessons we can draw from Chapter 11. 1. Reasonable rational. Financial decisions should fit your life, not a mathematical formula. 2. Emotions matter. A decision that feels wrong to you emotionally will be hard to stick with, even if it's correct on paper. 3. Focus on sustainability. A reasonable plan that you follow consistently beats a perfect plan that you abandon. 4. Personalize your strategy. There's no one-size-fits-all solution. Build a financial plan that reflects your unique circumstances and values. Why it matters. This chapter is a game changer because it humanizes personal finance. 1. It reduces stress. By prioritizing reasonableness, you can make financial decisions without feeling pressured to be perfect. 2. It encourages long-term thinking. Reasonable strategies are more likely to stand the test of time because they align with your emotional resilience. 3. It validates individuality. Housel's perspective empowers you to reject cookie-cutter advice and create a financial plan that works for you. Practical applications. Here's how you can apply these lessons to your financial life. 1. Assess your emotional comfort. Before making a financial decision, ask yourself, does this feel manageable or will it cause unnecessary stress? 2. Build flexibility into your budget. Allow room for small indulgences so you don't feel deprived and risk abandoning your plan. 3. Focus on progress, not perfection. Remember, small, consistent steps are better than grand, unsustainable gestures. 4. Personalize your investments. Choose an investment strategy that aligns with your risk tolerance and goals, even if it's not the most aggressive or mathematically optimal option. Expanding the conversation. This chapter invites us to think about the balance between logic and emotion in financial decisions. Here's a question to reflect on. What's a reasonable financial decision you've made recently, and how has it impacted your life? Let's discuss in the comments. Share your stories and insights. I'd love to hear how you're balancing rationality with reasonableness in your own life. Closing thoughts. Chapter 11 of The Psychology of Money is a refreshing reminder that personal finance is just that, personal. The key takeaway? The best financial decisions are the ones that work for you, not the ones that look perfect on paper. Call to action. If you found this breakdown helpful, don't forget to like this video. It really helps support the channel. And if you're new here, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. Now it's your turn. What's one reasonable financial habit you're committing to today? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the psychology of money. Next time, we'll explore Chapter 12, which dives into the fascinating interplay of luck and risk in financial success. You won't want to miss it. Until then, remember, reasonable beats rational every time. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.